Hello everyone. Today we are going to work on the trivia app. So the purpose of building this trivia app to get used to the navigation stack and navigation lib that has been introduced in SwiftUI and gets a hands-on experience over it. So just first let's look on the application. So here if you see we have a tab view. Then in setting we can go to detail screen to show some detail. And then we have a game screen where we can start the trivia game. So if you do the correct answers, you go ahead with the next screens unless you complete all the questions, and then you can restart the match. Similarly, if you do a wrong answer, then you will go to a game over screen, which will move you to the what we call the initial screen. So let's go into it. So let's first understand what we are going through a flow chart. So we have a content view, then we have a two tabs, setting view and game view. From setting we have a setting detail view. One was about us, another was a game view. From game view we are going to gameplay view. If you do a correct answer, you go again move to the same screen, and if you do a wrong answer, you go to the game overview. Similarly, if you complete all the answers, you will go to game one view. So you can understand it individually. I have made individual chart as well. So content view, tab view, setting, that will move around setting detail only. Then gameplay view, you can see game view, then gameplay view, then game one, then again game play view, because the game has been restarted. And if there is a game over, then we will go to the initial screen. So let's start building this application. So let's make application name new tree. Okay, so then we have a content view, default files like content view, trivia, and these are test files which we can ignore for now. So let's follow along the our tutorial which I have already written. So what we are going to do is first we are going to build each screens individually. Like we will build setting view, gameplay view, each screen individually. Then I will tie it up so that we get comfortable with the navigation stack. So I won't waste your time typing the code. That's why I have already written the classes, what we call code snippets here. So also we will have a few model files. These are questions and setting constant, where we will hold our question structure and few sample questions. So let's get started. Let's make a new group named model. Here we will make a new file, setting constants. Here I will paste it. So we have a, oh sorry, we will make it questions. Okay, we have a three sample questions. Also we have a question structure. Now we will have a setting constant file to hold. So it is to hold some images, and what we are going to show in setting detail, like it's just a text and an image name. Now let's start building the UI part. So first we will let me show you. First we will build the setting screen, as it is easier to build and easier to set up. Okay, so let's build the setting screen. If you see the setting screen, there it has a list and two cells. Okay, so again create a new group, setting view, create a new empty file, setting view, paste the setting cell view because we don't want to, and also don't forget to import SwiftUI. Now these two are repeatable view, that's why I have wrapped it inside the setting cell view. Both have an image and a text and have the same design, same foreground and same modifiers. Yeah, so our one of our view is completed, setting view. Now let's build the setting detail view. So this is the setting detail view, it just shows the image and a text. You can write anything there. So I kept UI very simple because the purpose here is not to build the UI but to understand what we are planning to, like learning the navigation part, navigating through the screens. Okay, so now our setting and setting detail view has been completed. We can just go through the code. So here we have a setting cell, we have an image view text that's wrapped inside setting cell view. Then we have a setting view which wrap these two cells in a list. Now move to setting detail view. So setting detail view is a V stack with a image and a text. So nothing more to explain here. So I think we are done here. Now we need to move to the game area, game views. So we will first build the gameplay view, that is the home screen of gameplay area. So it has a image, text and a button. So it has an image, text and a button and few modifiers to look it a bit nice. Yeah, so we are done here. Now we need to move to the gameplay view. So what is the gameplay view? So here we have a title, we will call a text. Then we have four options. These are buttons, and there is a submit button. So we can go through the view. Okay, I can explain. I have written a pseudocode as well. There is a text, then there is a buttons inside grid, and then there is a submit button. Okay, let's paste this code and try to understand more. Okay, yeah. So again, let's go through the view first. We have a text, then we have a grid, then we loop through it and make a four buttons here. Then we have a submit button and few modifiers to make it look nicer. And let's discuss the state variable. So I have just maintained a enum. So whether the whatever you have after clicking the submit button, whether you are at a correct, wrong, or you have completed all three questions, or you are at an initial state. Question will be coming from the previous screen. It has been passed during a init, and also the question index is passed from the previous screen. Selected answer, like whichever the button or options you have selected inside the grid, and then this is used for like designing the grid. We want to have two rows, two columns, so that's why I have been using this. And then there is a page title which is not going to be used now. And then there is a game state based on the enum state. And button action is also there. So we just change the selected answer index, which is currently -1. Whenever you select select an option, that index has been passed. According to it, the color of the background is selected. Okay. So I think I made clear now. So only this screen is a bit hard, so we can go through it again. So we first understand the view placement. Then there is a text grid button. Then in the initializer I have passed question and question index. Then button array, button action after selection. So button action is a selected answer index has been changed, and according to it the color has been, because it's a state variable, the color of the button has been changed to a selected state. Now we will move on to making the two other views, that is game over and game one view. So these views are pretty simple. We have an image, text, and a button. So let's design game over. You can go through it first. Game one. So again, these are same. We stack inside. I have an image, I have a text, and I have a button. I have few paddings and spacers to look it a bit nicer. Similarly, we have in the game overview as well, same image, text, and a button. Use some modifiers. So till now, all the screen has been completed. Model has been created. Now is the time to tie this all things together, and this is where the navigation comes into the play. So first we will go through the tab navigation. So the basic way to add a tab is like adding a tab view. You can add a what we call selection state variable if you want to handle the tab selection programmatically. Either you can opt out, and then inside it you will have a tabs. Okay, so let's design it. Okay, I'm scrolling too far. So yeah, so let's move to the content view. Okay, here remove everything, and then add tab view. Yes. Yeah. So inside tab you can add text, game, system image. I will copy. That's game controller. And then that's a setting, system image. Then here. Let's try to run this application. Yeah. So tab is there. If you try to click, nothing will happen. Similarly, if you try to click, nothing will happen. So let's move on to the setting view and add navigation stack here. Yeah, this one, present value destination link. So I will use this. So let's first make an enum inside a setting view, which define which, and before navigation stack. Yes, replace this. It has already auto completed it. So you can see now navigation link. We will use navigation link with the value Label is a trailing closure, so we can put our link value. Now, what value? So we need to define what type of value we are using. So it's setting navigation dot about us and what about us and setting navigation dot game rules for this. Also, we need to have navigation destination. Okay. So, or else I can copy it. It's better than typing. Okay. You can just reindent it. So here, based on these values, I can decide which screen to go. Now let's run the application again. Now if you go, yes. So we pasted the navigation destination is inside the list. That's why it was not working. Now it's working. Okay, so order of the navigation destination is also important. Now let's move to the game view. So it will be a bit complex than the setting view because now we will have to manage the path as well. So let's first create an enum like we did for setting. So let's create an enum here. So basically we will go from game view, we can go to game over, game one and game play view. These are going to cover inside this navigation path and stack. And now we will make a new class named navigation manager. It's a kind of a new view model class. I think I should paste the enum here only for better clarity. Okay. So now so it is a in SwiftUI you have a, like if you are familiar with React Native and other web development tool, so we have a URL based path kind of path here as well. Make a state variable of your navigation manager, put everything inside navigation stack. The autocorrect is completely wrong. So now we have already put the everything inside it. Now the only thing that is remaining is to replace this play button with the navigation link. So you can remove the button and add navigation link. We don't need value here. This value will be whatever we are going to add on our navigation stack. We want to push to the gameplay view screen. So now again run the application. Okay, destination is not there. Navigation destination should also be added. Let's see if it's work or not. Otherwise, the placement of navigation is correct. So here you can see we will again whatever we have done in setting we have done here. Based on the value received from the navigation link, it will take the decision whether to go on which screen. I have passed the what we call question number here, and now it moves to the gameplay screen. And similarly, if we will in the further in the next upcoming modification, we will see how we go to game one and game four as well. Okay. So currently now the submit button is not working. Now let's move to gameplay view. So here it's almost done. We don't need to add navigation stack here as we have already done. So yes, we are not going to pass navigation manager in the gameplay view. Based on we will have a variable navigation path next, whatever the next path we will choose. So navigation path next will depend upon the answer we have given. So suppose the answer is wrong, then we have a game over. Suppose we have given the correct answer, then it's game one. And then suppose so game one, and this is the gameplay question index plus next question. Move to next question. correct answer. Now let's try it. Okay, sorry. I need to change the submit button to the navigation link like we did earlier. Navigation link, which value we are going to use. Label is the code which we have already made for the button. Remove the button, and value will be the whatever we have the new path selected. Okay, sorry, dollar sign was unnecessary. Yes, we are moving to game over as well. We are moving to game zone as well, and now finally we have to add actions to game over and game one. So this is going to be a bit easy because we are going to pass the navigation manager here only. So on game over, navigate to home. So we want to reset it and we want to move to the initial screen where the game has been started. Now similarly in game one view, we will pass the navigation manager, ignore the preview, but here we are going to navigate to the first question. Like first question, it will restart the game. Okay, so fine. So it was remaining. So it was in game view. We need to pass the navigation manager here. Correct. Done. Done.